What we are going to do today is we are going to make an Easter basket. For that, these are the supplies that you need. You need some coloring material. It can be marker, it can be either crayons, or you can even work with color pencils if that is what you have. Okay, you need a paper, and then you need a pencil and an eraser today. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to practice drawing an Easter basket on a dry erase board or on a scrap paper like we did in our last project. So that way, when we are drawing on the paper, we will not be making any mistake. Okay, so let's start drawing the Easter basket. For that, we are going to place the paper in the portrait style. Okay, and then we are going to start with the basket from the middle of the paper. We are going to leave just 1 finger space on either side of the basket, either side of the paper, and then what we are going to do is right in the middle. These 2 points are made in the middle of the paper. So to find the middle of the paper, it's easy to just fold the paper, match both the ends together, and just make a like. Can you see what I did here? I just folded the paper a little bit. I pressed in the middle, only the middle. Now I know this is the middle of the paper. Okay, so on the dry erase board, you can't do that, but just put 2 dots, like 1 finger space on either side in the middle dry erase board. You can somehow know where the middle is, right? Now what we're going to do is we are going to make a curvy line. Okay, so this curvy line, it's like a smile line. So I'm going to start from this point, and then I'm going to go to this point. Okay, I'm going to make another line. It's a same type of line, horizontal line, but a curvy horizontal line. I made 2 of these, and then I'm going to make a C on this side like this, and another C like this on this side. You can either make it C like a C. Can you see the C? Or you can make it like this. So this again, it is a C, but this time it is the curve is to the inside. Last time it was to the outside. Both the C's were curving outside. Now this time it is to it's inside like this. And then we are going to connect these 2. So the line should come all the way to the bottom of the paper, and then you're going to connect these 2 with a curvy line. We are using a curvy horizontal line again, because that will make it look like your basket is round. Okay, so after you're done with that, you're going to divide the basket into a few more lines with a few more horizontal lines to show the weave or the pattern on the basket. So I'm going to, so there are different ways you can do this. You can maybe just draw 1 more horizontal line on the top, and then just draw vertical lines downwards. That is a simple basket. You can do that if that is the style that you like. Or let me show you another way. You can make it look like it is woven. So you're going to make some lines like that, curvy horizontal lines. I'm going to leave, I made 2 horizontal lines. I'm going to leave like a bigger horizontal space over here. And then I'm going to make some vertical lines on the bottom. And then the vertical lines that I'm going to make on this section is not going to match these lines. So I'm going to go in the middle of this 2 lines. In the middle of these 2 lines, the next line go. In the middle of these 2 lines, the next line. Middle of these 2, next line. Got it? These 2, next line. Here I'm going to put a maybe a shape in there. So maybe you can make circles touching each other like that. Like you're just going to make here a basket a little bit fancier. Okay, so you can make shapes like that to make it look fancy. Or let me show you another way you can do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some X. So the only thing is the X's should be touching each other. So I'm going to start from this point. Okay, I'm going to make a line like that, and then X. Can you see the X there? I'm going to make another X. So I'm going to start from here. I'm going to make the line like that, and then from here to here. So it looks like all the X's are touching. From here, I'm going upwards and another X. Upwards, downwards, upwards, downwards. So I have a different pattern here. So you can either use a circle or this, or you can, instead of straight lines that you used here, you can use maybe squiggly lines to make it look different. A different type of line up here. Okay, so we have the basket, the bottom part of the basket ready. Now we need to make the handle for the basket. So for that, I'm going to make a rainbow starting from this and ending at this point. Okay, I need to make another rainbow parallel to the first one. Okay, and then I'm going to give a bow, add a bow to this basket. So you can add a bow to the top or onto the side, this side or this side or on the top. So I'm going to show you guys how to make a bow. Okay, two bows, two different kinds. So for the bow, we are going to start with what shape is this? A square. Okay, I'm going to erase the inside part. And then this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a C, backward C. Can you see the C, backward C, or like a circle? Backwards, two C's. Here for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make two lines, one line from this corner and another line from this corner. The lines are going, one is going to the top of the paper, the other one is going to the bottom corner, bottom left corner. This is going to the top left corner. This is bottom left corner. This one is going upwards, downwards. So you made two lines like that, and then you're going to make 3, connect it with a 3, backwards 3. Got that? Then next thing we need is the tail of the bow, and then for that I'm going to make lines like that, maybe connect it, 2 lines like this and connect it. Here, what I'm going to do is we'll be erasing the line behind it. Okay, so I'm going to make 2 lines like that. And if you want to make it look like it is cut, you can connect it with an upside down V. So that's 2 ways. Maybe you can make lines like that. Okay, to make it more fancier. So that's how 2 different ways you can make a bow. Okay. Once we are done with the bow, let's make some lines on this handle, curvy lines, to make it look like it is also woven. Okay. Then the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to put some eggs inside the basket. So for that, I'm going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some upside down U's for it. Okay. So upside down U's, and then fill the basket in such a way that it will look like you are seeing things in the distance. You are seeing depth in your picture. That is this is one trick artists use to show space, okay, or depth in the picture. What they do is they make things overlap. Okay, so the idea is why the artists do this is usually when you are looking into a distance, the things that are in front of you will like prevent the view of the things behind them, right? So there is if there is a book or something right in front of you, then it would cover up some of the things that is right behind that book. So for instance, you are drawing a ball. If you put 2 balls like this, it doesn't look like there is depth in this. But to show depth, if I put 1 like that and then 1 in the back, it will show depth. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. We are going to overlap things. Okay, so because we are overlapping, and I said we are drawing an Easter egg basket. So this is eggs. Eggs are going to be in U shape. Okay, so I'm going to make an upside down U here. Another one. Another one. Now let's make some more eggs in the back. One here, one here, and then maybe one more. So we are done making the maybe eggs. That's enough of eggs in this one, right? And then when we are done with this, we will add some patterns to the eggs to make it more Eastery, and then we will color it. So now you got an idea on how to draw this, and now we are going to speed draw things on the paper. Okay, grab your paper, and then this one, most of it we are going to draw with the pencil, and then we'll have to use a marker because there are some spots that we need to erase. Remember the bow, when you're putting the bow, you are going to erase some parts. So I can't draw the, maybe only the handle I will be drawing with the pencil. The rest I'll draw with the marker and show you guys. Okay, so first thing, fold the paper, find the middle, and then you're going to leave one finger space on either side in the middle. Okay, one finger space on either side. You are going to make a U connecting from these two lines. So I'm going to make a U. Not a U, it's like a smile, right? And then I'm going to connect, make a line like that. This is going to be the rim of the basket. I'm going to make another U. Got it? And then we are going to make, oh, the line has come. So you can make C's going inwards or outwards for the basket. So you decide how your basket is going to look. I'm going to make it more inwards, and I'm going to go almost to the bottom of the paper. Okay, and then I'm going to connect it with a curvy line. I said the curvy line is going to make it look like it is a curved thing, right? So I have the curvy line ready. Now I'm going to divide this into sections. 1, 2, and this third one I'm going to leave it big for the big pattern I'm going to make there. I'm going to divide this into sections like that. My next line is going to go in between these two lines. Okay, and then here I showed you how to make the X, right? So start from the top. So it will look like it is diamond shapes inside. Okay, so then the next thing that we need to do is we need to draw the handle. As I said, because we need to erase some part of the handle, we are going to use the pencil. I hope you guys can see the handle. It's like a upside down U. I'm going to draw another upside down U inside, like a parallel line inside. And then now I'm going back to the marker. You can draw the bow wherever you want, either here or on the side. This time I'm going to put the bow on the top. So I'm going to start with the shape. Okay, and then I'm going to make these lines go up. This is going to the top corner and one is going to the bottom corner like that. And then I'm going to connect it with a 3 backwards and inwards. And then I'm going to make the tail now. I'm going a little bit faster now because you guys, I've showed you guys how to do this earlier, right? So, V, upside down V. I'm going to make these lines like that. And then when you're done, you're going to erase this pencil lines inside the bow. I'll quickly go over the handle with the marker. Okay. And then I'm going to make this handle also look like it is fancy by adding some curved lines. Okay, so the basket is ready. Now we need to add some eggs to the thing. Okay, so I'm going to make my first egg on the egg. So when you're making the egg, see that whenever you reach an egg, you stop. Okay, you don't cut it and then go over it. So should I cut it and then draw over that? No, I'm going to make 2 more in the back. Okay, I think I'm going to stop with these many eggs, and then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to draw some patterns for the eggs. So I'm going to think of patterns that I would put on my egg if I need to decorate an Easter egg. So I'm going to use some simple shapes and lines. Then this one, maybe the lines are going this way, and here maybe. Okay, this one is going to be okay. So I have the shapes and everything ready. If you want, you can go ahead and outline everything with, not if you want, it would look nice if you outline everything with the black marker. I'm just going to make these lines a little bit thicker so that it looks nicer. Okay, go ahead, take a black marker if you have a black marker. If you don't have a black marker, if you have a black crayon, go ahead use the black crayon and outline all the lines really well, and make it nice thick lines so that it will look really nice. Okay, so I'm going to quickly do that while you guys are doing your outlining. I am also doing the outlining here. Okay, outlining always makes it look nice. So try and outline things if you can for all the pictures. So I'm going to go over the lines one more time to make it nice and thick. So I'm done with the basket part. Now the handle part I need to do. I know this year you guys would be home for Easter, right? Some of you would be like last year and all would have gone for Easter egg hunt. But this year we are going to practice social distancing and draw eggs in a basket. That is also a good way to celebrate Easter. Even if you don't celebrate Easter, it's fine. We are just drawing some eggs that are nice and colored looking, right? Easter is like, I always think of Easter as the like Easter and eggs are like spring to me. When I think of eggs, I think of spring times. Spring is the time when all the birds and all these things lay eggs, and these things, eggs and all, hatch, right? So even if you are not celebrating Easter, there is no harm in decorating some eggs or drawing a basket with eggs. Okay, see how the difference that it made when I outlined everything one more time with like a and made it thick lines, right? So ribbon is also looking nice. So we have the basket ready. If you want, you can go ahead, draw a horizon line like this in the back to make it look like the basket is sitting somewhere. Okay, now let's start coloring this. So you can either color with a marker or crayon. I'm going to use crayon because most of you would be having crayon at home, and it's the same coloring with the marker or the pencil, color pencil. So I'm going to start coloring the bow first. Choose a color that you like for the bow. I'm going to use this red. Does it matter? Do you need to use red to color? No. You can color with whatever color you like. Today, I thought I need this bow to be red. So maybe today's my favorite color is red because I like all the colors the same. So this is what my hand went for when I thought of coloring the bow. So it doesn't have to be red. This is actually, what color is this? Red velvet, red violet, not velvet. So does it have to be red violet? No, you can color it with blue, green, or usually we use pastel colors for springtime, right? You can use some pastel colors. Pastel colors are any color that is mixed with white. Okay, so it would be a lighter color, right? So this is not a lighter color. I could have gone for pink. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start coloring the eggs. What should I color this fancy egg? Okay. What do you think? Is it color? Do you find coloring with crayons faster or coloring with markers faster, or color pencils? Is it faster coloring with a color pencil? I sometimes when I'm coloring a large area, like if I need to color more, then I think crayons are the best. So it's up to you. The only thing that I don't like coloring with the crayon is if you need your colors to look nice and bright, you need to press down a bit, right? So that will make you tired, like pressing down. I know you guys have small hands and it would be tough for you guys, right? But it's okay. I know you can color this much. This is not a lot to color. So if you have crayons and markers at home, then maybe you can color the smallest parts with, because coloring with marker, a bigger area with marker, will not look that nice. So what you can do is, if you have markers as well as crayons at home, you can color the small areas first with marker and then go ahead and color the bigger areas with crayon. Why you should be using markers first is because once you use crayon, it will be difficult for the marker to go over it, right? Because crayons are made with wax and it won't work well. The markers won't work well on top of the crayons or next to it. So color the smaller areas first with the markers and then go ahead use the crayons. I'm just sticking to my crayons, so I'm lazy like that to switch colors. Maybe yellow, yellow, yellow. Where are you? Okay. Brown is ready for coloring the basket. It's like jumping out. Do you need to use brown to color the basket? Of course not. If you want the basket to be colorful, you can use some other color. But the thing is, because we are coloring the eggs colorful, if the basket is also super colorful, it may not look that nice. The eyes would be like having eyes would have a very difficult time focusing on the picture. So that's the reason I would choose a different, like a black or brown, or maybe what color? A lighter color. Did I break this crayon? For the basket. My daughter once wrote a story called Scarlet Sphere. It's about a crayon, scarlet color. The crayon was scared of kids breaking the crayon and hid herself somewhere, and how the crayon later realized it's better to be a crayon, like be part of a painting, and how the crayon come back to the life of it's like a it's a story. If you Google Scarlet Sphere, it's there on YouTube. I'm not so good at telling the story. She made that, she was in, I think, in 2nd grade when she came up with that story. It's called Scarlet Sphere. And she won. There was a Reading Rainbow contest, and then she won in the Reading Rainbow contest for that story. And she won the next year also when she was in 3rd grade, I guess. Yeah. Or was she in 1st grade when she made that story, Scarlet Sphere? It's a cute story. I like that story. So now I'm done with the eggs. Now I need to color the basket. So I'm going for the boring color to color the basket so that my eggs stand out. Okay, mightier crayon, brown crayon, help me to color this super nice and fast. I'm going to go sideways, this way I can go. This is one solid color, right? So I don't have to worry whether I'm staying within the line, because the whole basket is one color. So I'm going to go like this. I think I need to use some more pressure. I need to press my crayon a little bit more to make this basket look really nice. Let's see what can be done. I'll go in the opposite direction, maybe this way. So right now we are done. Maybe I should color this a little bit more better than this, okay? You guys go ahead and color this. I'm not going to take more. Now, if you want to make this more 3D, what you can do is you can add more, like a black shade to this side, one side, like this. Maybe one side. This is the side that has the light source, the light, you know, the shadow. I don't know whether you can see the shadow here of my crayon when I'm holding. I can see the shadow. So the light, if the light is on the left, then the shadow would be on the right. So you won't see two shadows, right? Because if you have two light sources, of course, you would see two shadows, but I'm going to make one side of the line a little bit darker to make it look like a little bit more 3D-ish. Okay, my poor little fingers are tired now. Coloring. I love using paint because with paint you don't have to apply much pressure, right? Paint is my favorite medium. But now, because I need to make sure all of you can use the colors. Some of you may not have paint at home. That's why we are using crayon. So see what I did here? I just added shade to just one side of the line. So there are lines, right? So only onto the left. So if you are adding a shadow to the right, you should put shadow to the lines only on the right side. Here I put shadow to the left, or only on the left I have the shadow. Okay, I'm not going to put the shadow on this side. So I'm done with the shadow. Now let's see, maybe you can even put some shadow on the, oh, before that, let me color the background quickly. Again, I'm going to use the crayon very lightly for the background. Do you need to use blue for the background? No. Maybe this basket is sitting inside the house, and then this is not the sky, it's the wall that you're seeing. Walls can be painted with any color, right? So you don't have to use blue for this. But because I'm a boring old person, I'm using blue. Usually, older people find it difficult to use a color that is not so they always go for blue or things like that. Only a person who is childlike can come up with, use different colors. I'm an old boring person. I always feel that, because that's what my hand goes for, like always blue for the background. So I'm giving a different color for the bottom part where this is sitting. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because this side is the shadow, I'm going to add some shadow also to this shadow, like that on this side. Okay, and then we are done. I hope you guys liked this basket with the eggs. Hope you guys do this lesson and then share it with me later. So with that, bye-bye.